Songs of the Gurus by Khushwant Singh. Illustrations by Arpana Kaur. Read by Dev J. Haldar. For Bubbles Harjeet Charanjit Singh, in return for all her love and affection. Introduction. The Sikh religion, a synthesis of Hinduism and Islam, is among the youngest of the world's major religions. The word Sikh is derived from the Sanskrit Shishya or the Pali Sikha, meaning disciple. The Sikhs are the disciples of their 10 Gurus and worship the Granth Sahib or Adi Granth, which is a compilation of hymns composed by the Gurus and other saints of medieval India. A striking feature of Sikhism is its emphasis on prayer. The form of the prayer is usually the repetition of the name of God and the chanting of hymns in God's praise. Most of these hymns are contained in the Granth Sahib, and the remaining few are to be found in the Dasam Granth of the 10th and last Guru, Gobind Singh. The hymns were composed by Hindu Bhakts and Muslim Sufis. Farid, Namdev and Kabir, among others, and by the Gurus themselves, who were poets of great sensitivity. In this book, I have put together a selection of hymns by the first 5 Gurus and the 9th and 10th Gurus. The 6th, 7th and 8th Gurus did not write any. Together, they communicate the essence of Sikhism. The Sikh faith was founded by Nanak, 1469 to 1539, the first Guru of the Sikhs. He was born in a village called Talwandi, about 40 miles from Lahore. His parents were Hindus belonging to a Kshatriya subsect known as Bedis, that is, those who know the Vedas. Nanak was taught a little Arabic and Persian, some Sanskrit, Hindi and accounting. But his mind was never in his work. He spent his time meditating and seeking the company of wandering hermits. His parents found a wife for him when he was 18, and the couple had 2 sons. But Nanak soon lost interest in his family and reverted to meditating and wandering. A Muslim rebeck player, Mardana, joined him, becoming his first disciple. Nanak composed hymns, Mardana set them to music, and the two began to organize community hymn singing. In the year 1499, when Nanak was 30 years old, he had a mystic experience. One morning, while bathing in a stream, he disappeared under the water. According to his biographers, he found himself in the presence of God, who spoke to him thus, "Nanak, I am with thee. Through thee will my name be magnified. Go into the world to pray and teach mankind how to pray. But be not sullied by the ways of the world. Let your life be one of praise of the world, Nam, and of charity. Let your life be one of praise of the word, Nam, and of charity, Dan. Ablution, Ishnan. Service, Seva, and prayer, Simran." Nanak was missing for 3 days and nights. When he came back, the first thing he said to the people who thronged to greet him was, "There is no Hindu, there is no Musalman." Nanak took to preaching. Accompanied by Mardana, he travelled extensively within India and also abroad. It is believed that he travelled to places as distant as Sri Lanka, Tibet and Mecca. He visited many holy cities of the Hindus and Muslims, pointing out the folly of meaningless ritual and emphasizing the common aspects of the two faiths. He spent his last years in a town called Kartarpur, meaning the abode of the Creator, preaching and composing and singing hymns. He died in 1539 at the age of 70. He was acclaimed by both Hindus and Muslims as the king of holy men. Nanak's teaching reveals the influence of both Hinduism and Islam. By the 15th century, these religious systems had evolved some beliefs that had much in common. It was from the teachings of the Muslim Sufis, notably Sheikh Farid, and the Bhakts, primarily Kabir, that Nanak drew his inspiration. From Islam, Nanak took its unqualified monotheism, rejection of idolatry and of the caste system. From Hinduism, he borrowed the metaphysics of the Upanishads and the Gita. He elevated reality, Sat, to the position of the one supreme God. He accepted the theory of karma and transmigration of souls. The path he advocated was of bhakti, emphasizing the worship of the name of God, Nam Marg. He rejected asceticism and propagated the Grihastha Dharma, religion for the householder, and advocated the necessity of taking on a guru and keeping company with holy men, Sadh Sangat. Nanak also set great store by community hymn singing, Kirtan. He advised his followers to rise before dawn and listen to the religious music, for he believed that in the stillness of the ambrosial hours, Amrit Vela, one is best able to commune with God. When Nanak died, he left behind him a small community of Hindus and Muslims who described themselves as Nanak Panthis, followers of Nanak's way. They could at best be described as a group dissenting from both Hinduism and Islam. It was left to Nanak's successors to mold this group into a community with its own language and literature, religious beliefs and institutions, traditions and conventions. The second Guru, Angad, 1504 to 52, was a disciple of Guru Nanak and was chosen by Nanak as his successor in preference to his own sons. The third Guru, Amar Das, 1479 to 1574, was in similar fashion chosen from among Angad's disciples. Guru Angad developed the Gurmukhi script by combining the scripts current in northern India at the time. He then collected the writings of Nanak and added some of his own to the compilation. Angad also established centers, manjis, for the propagation of Nanak's teachings. These manjis became meeting places for Sikhs, and later on temples, gurdwaras, sprang up in their place. Amar Das consolidated Angad's work by increasing the number of manjis and introducing innovations to give Sikhism an identity distinct from Brahminical Hinduism. He preached against the seclusion of women, advocated monogamy, encouraged intercaste alliances and forbade sati. The fourth Guru, Ramdas, 1534 to 81, laid the foundation of the temple at Amritsar. This Gurudwara, famous today as Harmandir Sahib or the Golden Temple, was elevated to the status of the holiest of Sikh shrines by his successor Arjan, 1563 to 1606, who also took definite steps towards organizing the Sikh community. What Angad had started, Arjan completed. He, along with his chief disciple Gurdas, 1559 to 1637, continued the compilation started by the second Guru and incorporated in it the writings of Hindu and Muslim saints. This became the Adi Granth or Granth Sahib, the holy scripture of the Sikhs. He was also responsible for the construction of temples at Taran, Amritsar and Kartarpur, which became places of pilgrimage. Guru Arjan's organizing activities attracted the notice of the Mughal officials in Punjab. They began to see the new faith as a political threat, and things inevitably went out of control. Arjan was arrested and, after considerable torture, executed at Lahore. He became the first and perhaps the most important martyr in Sikh history. After the death of Guru Arjan, Sikhism went through a transformation. It is said that the last message Arjan sent for his son and successor was, "Let him sit fully armed on his throne and maintain an army to the best of his ability." Har Gobind, 1606 to 45, accepted his father's advice.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?